June 26th. Thanks for joining me. Grab a coffee and let's get smarter together. Are you putting milk in this coffee? Well, whether you do or not, you will know the swirling of milk in the coffee. At some point, it will stop, and whatever you end up with is some brownish-white concoction. That's an equilibrium state where milk and coffee are perfectly mixed. Like the starting point where milk and coffee were totally separated, it's a low energy state. Anything in between is a state of more or less chaos, but also more or less possibility. These are states in which the coffee and milk particles seek the right error correction strategy to get in the equilibrium state. That's the desire of all material things. The right error correction strategy, however, depends on each particle knowing what the correct state is. How else would anything notice that its current state deviates from what its state should be? It is obvious to us, though, that the single milk or coffee particle doesn't have the capacity to study as complex a phenomenon as a café au lait. And that would be true even if we stopped thinking of molecules as just chemistry and physics. There are septillions of molecules in the cup with their own behavior, all of them variables, all of them just being thrown into this situation with no prior information, not even the information that their state is anything but optimal. And yet, these sort themselves out, by each one acting on data in their immediate environment and then shaping patterns that extend their immediate environment. There is some reason to believe that certain information about the how of any sorting is part of the available three basics in the universe, as Dr. Michael Levine's lab has shown independent behavior of even parts that are subject to simple prescribed computer sorting algorithms. The end result is the equilibrium, a situation in which each part knows everything about the whole, not because it as a part now has the computing power to understand the complex phenomenon inside which it sits, but because together the parts have cooperatively generated a complete and true model of a phenomenon café au lait, which defines itself by exactly the percentage of milk and coffee that had been mixed. Knowing the model by acting it out means each particle's is state equals its should state, and without further interference from the outside, when the cup were all there is, not a single particle would ever face any problem requiring action ever again. Now, I'm not saying the universe is a cup of café au lait, but then again, add some more ingredients and you get there. Everything is suddenly mixed together, no prior knowledge about anything, not even about themselves. The only notion each particle got is find your lowest state of energy that also marks an equilibrium with your surroundings. The way to accomplish it is socializing in ever larger and larger networks that as a whole have larger and larger computing power that enables the parts to understand their is state and should state better and better. But until a complete and true model of the whole has been generated, any of these networks will be endangered in their existence by all the things they don't know yet. Every new insight that will show in different ways of organization of the parts of a network and how they are held together will stabilize them and enable them to grow. Molecules to cells within cells to multicellular organisms with nervous systems, swarms, herds, etc., human networks in space, human networks in time, ecosystems, and networks which we haven't even yet discovered. Altogether, each one as a single observer, collapsing the universe with their perspective on their way to the one complete and true model, and by enacting the model to an equilibrium for all. Like in the café au lait, it takes every single particle, Explore. As an honest think, make a habit out of thinking. Let's turn thinking into the norm again. Like, comment, share, and follow, lest you miss a single opportunity to improve yourself and society. Once you do, we meet again at the coffee pot with a milk at hand.